Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 4 of our video lesson 3 on contextualization. It's a pleasure to have you all here again. In this part, we'll be talking about some contextualization activities for anos finais and ensino médio. So join me. Well, we've all seen that there are different ways of contextualizing language and topic in young learner groups. Now it's time that we take a look at some contextualization activities for teens. It is widely recognized that a foreign language must be independent of its first language counterpart if learners are to use it efficiently and fluently. It is easy to observe that there is a whole area of functional language, usually in the form of fixed expressions of sentence frames, which is acquired through the development of language in context. So here are some activities that can be done for this purpose. The first one is odd one out. Odd one out is about excluding one of the activities, one of the words, one of the sentences from a group. So an example is write up an expression, for instance, that's none of your business on the board, and supply 4 different situations. Students have to identify in which situation the phrase would be inappropriate. You may follow it with questions penetrating the context deeper and also expand the line into a short dialogue. You may have a text for students to read and 4 options for students to decide which one is inappropriate according to the text. Okay, so by doing this, you would be contextualizing both language and the topic, and students would be more equipped to develop the content throughout the lesson. Another possibility is brainstorming. Brainstorming is about generating ideas. So an example of an activity would be write up an expression, for example, hold on, and have students brainstorm situations in which the expression would be likely to occur. Then follow it up in the same way as with the odd one out activity. Another possibility is have your students look at a picture, for example, and brainstorm what the situation is all about. Have students brainstorm both the situation and what people are saying in the situation as well. Okay? Another possibility would be guessing. The infamous guessing can be adapted for use in context developing activities. An example of a guessing activity would be show your students a picture and have students guess the situation and what people are saying in it. Another possibility would be have your students come up with a story based on a few words that you put on the board. By doing this, students are going to be using language and also be engaged in the context at hand. Well, another possibility is dialogue. Present a short dialogue or part of a dialogue with a consciousness-raising activity, helping students notice a particular language feature, for example. Drill the dialogue corally and then have students answer questions such as, who are the people? How old are they? What's their relationship? Where are they? What are they doing? Once they finish, put pairs together and have them discuss their answers. The purpose of this stage is to find any logical inconsistencies and fix them by supplying additional explanations. Students can form new groups and continue in the same way until they are satisfied with the outcome, which they can then present at the end of class. Finally, drill it again chorally and individually in pairs. Also consider whether any of the situations presented may be suitable to act out. Soap operas and romantic films are a particularly rich source of colloquial language suitable for this type of activity. For the most famous Hollywood films, it is also easy to find complete subtitles on the internet, which makes the preparation easier. So encourage your students to drill their dialogues, to rehearse their dialogues, and to perform their dialogues in front of the whole group. It's a nice way of contextualizing and practicing the situation and the topic. All right, well, another possibility is role play. But what is role play exactly? Role play is any speaking activity when you either put yourself into somebody else's shoes or when you stay in your own shoes but put yourself into an imaginary situation. And why do we role play? It's agreed that learning takes place when activities are engaging and memorable. Jeremy Harmer advocates the use of role play for the following reasons. It is fun and motivating. Quieter students get the chance to express themselves in a more straightforward way. The world of the classroom is broadened to include the outside world, thus offering a much wider range of language opportunities. And students have the opportunity of interacting with one another. In addition to these reasons, students will at some point travel to an English-speaking country, are given a chance to rehearse their English in a safe environment. Real situations can be created and students can benefit from the practice. Mistakes can be made with no drastic consequences, okay? So how do we encourage students to role play? We give them a specific situation and you have them act it out. We may help them with language and we may monitor them through rehearsal. By doing this, students will be performing a situation or a topic in relation to what the lesson is all about, and they would be constructing meaning throughout. Well, last but not least, the infamous games. And games here are related not only to competitions, but also ludic opportunities for students to have fun. Options or possibilities in this case would be Call My Bluff, Simon Says, Hangman, Hot Seat, Copy Me, Tic-Tac-Toe, so on and so forth. So allow your students to compete, to play games, offer your students ludic moments, because by offering them ludic moments in the contextualization stage, you will be encouraging them to engage in the topic, to engage in the situation, to take a more active role in the lesson itself. So have them enjoy this moment and have them participate and engage in this moment as well. All right? Well, guys, so these are some ideas for contextualization of contextualization activities for anos finais and ensino médio. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've liked it. And in the next part, we'll be talking about some final conclusions and some final considerations in relation to this video lesson. Okay, so see you.